Eduardo fell silent for a few seconds, as if his words had been swallowed by surprise. Mariana's smile slowly faded as he continued in silence, staring down at his plate. What was supposed to be a moment of happiness and celebration quickly turned into a heavy cloud of uncertainty. He finally looked up at her, but didn't seem happy. His expression was serious, distant. There wasn't a joyful smile or even a simple gesture of affection. Mariana realized that instead of support, there was resistance in his look. She felt as though the room had grown colder, and the weight in the air made everything harder. It was as though, instead of seeing Mariana's happiness, Eduardo was absorbing the news with a feeling of disappointment. "Eduardo, I don't know if I'm ready for this," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "I wasn't planning on becoming a father now. It's not the right time, and you know that." Mariana's heart tightened. She had expected Eduardo not to be as enthusiastic as she was, but this was different. It was a silent rejection. A rejection that cut her joy and made her doubt her own emotions. Eduardo's words kept ringing in her mind. It's not the right time. She tried to explain. She wanted him to understand how much this meant to her. She tried to talk about the joy of motherhood, about how the baby was a blessing, but with every word, she felt like he was pulling away more and more. He seemed distant, as though the news had created a chasm between them. Something she couldn't cross. When Mariana saw Eduardo's expression, she knew something was seriously wrong. He wasn't happy, he was worried, and worse, he didn't seem to see the beauty in it all. The silence between them stretched, and before she could process what was happening, Eduardo stood up, as though the conversation had ended. "I need some time, Mariana. I don't know what to do with this." And so that night, Mariana was left alone with the news. She didn't have the strength to hold back the tears that threatened to fall. Her world, which had seemed so clear and full of possibilities, felt like it was crumbling around her. The person she had hoped to celebrate this moment with, the man she loved, now seemed distant and disinterested.